welcome to another round of Sports Reviews. Tonight I'm reviewing LAFC 2, Cruz Azul 1 in the quarterfinals of the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League 2020. LAFC wins and will move on to the semifinals to face Club America in the second semifinal on Saturday. The goals were scored as follows. In the 15th minute, Yoshi Yotun gets a penalty for Cruz Azul, takes it Panenka's Vermeer to make it 1-0 Cruz Azul. Then in the 38th minute, Vela draws a penalty, takes it himself, shoots it to the left corner to make it 1-1, and that's the way it would go into halftime. Then in the 70th minute, Opoku gets the ball off the corner kick, goes all the way to him at the top of the box, off the volley. 19-year-old Opoku, debut in his CCL, takes the shot, volleys it past Gerardo to make it 2-1. That's the way it would end. LAFC move on, and they do well tonight. The stats were as follows: 12-6 on shots, 1 assist to 0 assists, 9 steals to 13 steals, 23 fouls to 12 fouls, 46% possession to 54% possession, 4 offsides to 3, 4 offside to 3, 9 corners to 1 corner, 197 passes to 313 passes. LAFC came out firing. LAFC came out attacking. Cruz Azul didn't. Cruz Azul got that lucky mistake given away to them by LAFC, got the penalty converted, but other than that, LAFC was better. They got the goal off the penalty. Cruz Azul was wasting more time by Concacafing them, tackling them, being rough with them, not really playing the ball. They just went and hacked in. They didn't care. They were happy to take that one goal and win. But they didn't. They blew it again. Cruz Azulieta. Cruz Azulieta. Classic Cruz Azul, because they blew it again. Now, this wasn't as much of a goal fest as I thought it would be, but LAFC had the better game. They had the better game overall, scored 2 goals. They did amazing. And they attacked, and especially at the start of the second half to find that second goal, they had more possession. They had about 65% possession in the second half. The possession number isn't great if you really look at it that way for Cruz Azul. Yes, they held more possession, but that was mostly the first half when they were hacking, when they were fouling. LAFC played the better game. Cruz Azul wasn't great. They weren't great. Nothing really came out of their game but them fouling, the penalty and them fouling. Then LAFC got the second goal, and they turned it around on them, because after the 70th minute, well, the way they went was, take your time with it, 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 take your time with it. That's what LAFC did. That's what LAFC did after the 70th minute. They just took their time. They took possession. They went forward. They fouled too. They gave Cruz Azul a taste of their own medicine, honestly. Amazing game by LAFC. They played it perfectly. Honestly, for me. They played perfectly. They didn't have as many passes because they were being fouled incessantly. They had free kicks. They had plays forward. To me, LAFC were the better team. They won this game deservedly, and I'm not one to really compliment LAFC at all. At all. I'm not one to compliment them at all. So to compliment them like this, they deservedly won this game. Cruz Azul failed again. Now, obviously, I kind of expected it because I picked LAFC to win this match and go through because of the turmoil at Cruz Azul. Their manager stepping down, them blowing a 4-0 lead in the first leg of the semifinals of the Guardianes against Pumas. You should have saw this coming a mile away. Now, I'm not saying it isn't an achievement. It is. It is. The way LAFC played this game, came back from a little bit of adversity and then basically ran away with it the rest of the time. I mean, come on now. Come on now. LAFC were amazing tonight. They did perfectly. They won this game because they deserved to win this game. It's not like they got lucky. Vela was smart to draw the penalty. It may have been a dive. He did reach out his back leg to simulate contact with Gerardo. Okay, sure. But they won on a banger of a volley by a 19-year-old making his Champions League debut. Give your head a shake. If that's not earning a win, I don't know what is. Because you don't want a volley off a corner kick dropping to a 19-year-old making their Champions League debut unless you're like, hey, it is what it is. At worst, we go to penalties. He banged that goal past Gerardo. Good for him. Golazo. It was a golazo. Que un golazo. Golazo. By Opoku. Golazo. Golazo. Considering the circumstances, considering it all, golazo. Golazo. LAFC. And Opoku. So for me, I think, as I said, LAFC were the better team tonight. Don't get mad at it because they were the better team tonight. And besides, Tigres or Club America is going to win the trophy anyway. I mean, if Mexican fans aren't happy, you know, Cruz Azul fans probably saw it coming a mile away. We saw it coming a mile away. We all saw it coming a mile away. Yeah. Take your time with it. 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 Yeah. They did what they had to do. Okay. LAFC won. Are they going to beat Club America? I don't know. Club America didn't really care against Atlanta. Let's not take anything out of that result. They played a team of half starters who aren't really their top starters and bench players. With only like 2 players on the bench if they needed it, but they didn't. Don't take anything out of that result. They'll be back to normal in the next round, knowing it's a one-off. And with that said, Tigres, they did dismantle NYCFC, so with that said, I don't think LAFC is going to win the trophy. But to have an MLS team in the semifinals, they took their advantage. They took it being a one leg and took their chance. That's what it is. So, Cruz Azul fans, if I were you, I wouldn't be pissed off. I really wouldn't, because no manager, the under-20s manager is managing or was managing for this game. So, that's 1. 2, y'all saw this coming a mile away. After you blow a 4-0 lead in the semifinals of the Liguilla, the Guardianes to Pumas, did you really expect them to come out flying without their manager? If they kept their manager, great. They have the under-20s manager. That's how bad it is out there. The manager did not want to fight for his job with the Concacaf Champions League. He's like, hey, screw it. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out. That's what he did. He left y'all high and dry. You want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the manager. Blowing a lead and then leaving y'all high and dry when he could have fought for his job in CONCACAF, even though the board probably still would have sacked him had he won the damn thing. He just left because, you know what, screw it. And he left. You shouldn't be mad. Hell, this is better than what I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be like 3-2 and even more heartbreaking. So, for your sake, I wouldn't be pissed off. It is what it is. You'll be back next year anyway. It's not like Tigres where they lose, it's a failure, and they have to wait 2 years till 2022. No, you'll be back. So don't worry. It is what it is. LAFC fans, if I were you, celebrate, because this is probably as good as it's going to get. You're not winning the trophy. I'm going to bring you down for a second, all right? Tigres is better. America is probably going to be better. They'll probably come out flying. You won the game you needed to. You didn't embarrass MLS. Take that. Celebrate. I mean, I really don't want anybody who isn't Toronto to win the CONCACAF Champions League first. It should be us first, but hey, you know how I feel about that if you know me. But hey, at least it's not Montreal, so hey, it ain't going to be that bad. But yeah, LAFC, I don't see it. I don't see them running the gauntlet. I really don't. But be happy with this win. Semifinals isn't bad after all that's happened this year with y'all. Not being great, no Vela for a long time, Rossi carrying y'all. Honestly, that's what you'd be happy about that, honestly. So with that said, enjoy it. Enjoy the win. That's how I'd feel if I were you, because I don't think you're going to feel much more. So, yeah. Man of the match for me, Vela. He was good. He held possession. He put the ball forward, scored a penalty, did everything right for LAFC. So, man of the match for me, Vela, tonight. So with that said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. On Friday, I will be doing a semifinals review, or quarterfinals review, and semifinals preview and predictions for the Concacaf Champions League. With that said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.